What's up, Tiger Beat fam? It's Allie, and by now you know the drill. We're back for another episode of Friends from Afar. Today we're going to be chatting with Annie LeBlanc and Jayden Bartels, switching it up a little bit though because they're not together, so we're actually going to be chatting with them separately, talking to Annie first and then Jayden. We had a bit of a technical error just a second ago, so I'm hoping that it works this time. I think we have Annie. Let me go ahead and try again like it just did, but things happen. Annie!
Hey!
Hi! Oh my goodness, it's so good to see you. I love the ukulele in the background. It's so cute. So I was just saying that I'm super excited to chat, but first I have to congratulate you. It's been a while since we caught up. You won a Kids' Choice Award earlier this month. Congratulations. What does it feel like to have that iconic blimp in your hands?
Crazy. A lot more weight than I thought it was going to have to it. I never would have imagined that I'd actually be holding one. And actually, funny thing that people may not know about it is if you look in the back of it, it's like what is that called?
A kaleidoscope.
Yes. It's like so, I didn't know that. It's awesome. Crazy.
So I didn't know that until I saw David Dobrik's TikTok about it. And now I just think it's the coolest thing ever. I'm like, oh, I want one. I mean, I always did, but. Okay, so congratulations. Like I said, we're here for another episode of Friends from Afar. This is our interview series where we catch up with all of our favorite stars. We stay in touch, even though we're all social distancing. The best news ever is that Group Chat, the show, comes out this weekend. What can you tell us about the new series coming to Nickelodeon?
Oh my God, it's crazy. You should see like the setup I have right behind me. There's huge cameras.
Okay.
Because we're all doing it like in quarantine. Like Group Chat by me and Jayden, we're hosting it. It'll be fun. Special guests, we'll be playing games, some challenges, just talking about upcoming projects, just all, your classic Nickelodeon. So fun.
So I think that's so cool. You guys are filming it remotely. I've never heard of anybody doing that before. Obviously, like, tough times call for a little creativity when it comes to actually filming. What is it like to actually have that, I guess, makeshift set up in your own home? Is that like something that puts more pressure on because you're doing this all by yourself, or is it more fun because you're in the comfort of your own home?
It's both. It's in my, which is crazy. Like I'll be in my bed being like, oh my God, those cameras are huge. It's like being,
Mm-hmm.
we're just kind of scared that we're gonna like break it or like mess it up. Or like how do we do this? We have no idea what we're doing. But they've been great telling us and teaching us how to be doing this. It's like a really fun experience. So.
Ooh, so have you learned, I mean, obviously you've been on sets for years and years and years at this point, but have you learned any tips and tricks of the trade now that you've gotten kind of those behind the scenes pointers from Nick?
Yeah, very much. I've learned so much stuff from them. I'm still just looking at all the cameras just looking at me. It's like crazy, but they're teaching me a lot of stuff. Not only just like being a host and being on television, but also like behind the camera, especially right now in quarantine.
Ooh, that's cool. And it kind of brings up this cool point. You're 15, but have been doing this for so long at this point that you're such an industry veteran, and you have hosted, you've acted, you've performed all over the country. Is kind of working behind the camera on the other end of production a goal of yours eventually in life?
Honestly, I think that'd be so, so cool. I think that's definitely one of my goals is to just like feel how it would feel on the other side of the camera, see if I like well. I feel like I grew up kind of producing my own things. My mom would be behind the camera as well. So I feel like I kind of grew up on both sides of the camera no matter what, just because. But
So you and Jayden have also been working together for years. Obviously, you guys are really good friends, but this isn't the first project we've seen you together, working on. The first time, you guys hosted the 2019 Orange Carpet for the Kids' Choice Awards. You obviously co-hosted Camp Nick last summer. We were all really excited to see Side Hustle. I know that that's been put on pause for a little bit, and now we're here. We have Group Chat, the show, coming out. What is it like to work with your best friend in such a close way?
it's so fun. Me and her are so, so close and just so like compatible in a way that together just brings us so much closer, and we just have so much fun, and I love working with her. She makes me feel safe, and that like always laughing with her. It's amazing. It's such a great feeling, and I love working with Jayden.
I love that you say that you guys are so compatible, because I do see that you are best friends, but at the same time, you're kind of the yins to each other's yangs. Like, you fill each other's pieces and you work so well to supplement one another. What's one thing that you've learned through working with Jayden, either like a piece of advice that she's given you or something that you've just kind of picked up from the way that she works and the way that she carries herself?
Incredible. She's very hardworking, and just to see how like motivated and just inspired she is inspires me and motivates me even more. Like on set, we just like we're really good for each other and we're always there for each other. Oh my God, there's a fly. We're always there for each other. Why is there a fly? And yeah, I don't know about any advice, but she is both are really giving each other pep talks and just like getting nerves out, and it's really fun. It's really great work.
So the show is all about pop culture. You said a second ago that there are going to be a ton of really exciting surprise guests. I know you probably can't say anything because I don't want to get you in trouble, but who is like your dream guest, whether it be on this show or someone that you're just dying to work with in general?
That is a great question. Very good question.
Ooh, thank you so much.
Welcome. I feel like the first thing that came to my mind, I feel like I shouldn't say it because I feel like it might happen. But like, and I don't want it to happen because I'm like scared. But definitely Criminal Minds because it's like one of my favorite TV shows. But I feel like if it happened, it'd just be like weird, and I like don't know if I really. But that was the first one that came to my mind was Matthew Gray Gubler because I love him. But I'm gonna do someone a little bit more my age, which would probably be I think I definitely want to work with her again. So I'm going to say Avani.
Cool. I love that you bring up Criminal Minds. I feel like every time we talk, at this point, it's just a personality trait. I'm like, Annie and Criminal Minds, they're one and the same. I heard too that Haley, your sister, is going to be making a ton of appearances on the show. You guys have worked together on projects for so long now. Annie versus Haley, obviously being one of them. I know that you guys have been on Chicken Girls together, some other Brat projects too. Do you ever butt heads as sisters when you're working together on set and in a more professional environment like this one?
Yes, definitely. We don't like make like a big thing out of it, but we do give each other it. Like we just like get on each other's nerves, normal for siblings. But I do remember one time we were at Nickelodeon's headquarters or like somewhere working for Nickelodeon. Um, we knew that we were gonna get always like just so you guys know, us getting slimed is like we don't really know. They never really tell us if we're gonna get slimed or not. We might like joke about it,
Yeah.
but you're like it's authentic everything. So I'm like, we're always just really nervous that we're gonna get slimed. And Haley, this was like her first time getting slimed, and she was so nervous, so she kept looking at me like, and I'm like, you got it, it's gonna be good. But yeah.
That is so cute. So, I mean, obviously, like, the question was whether you guys butt heads, and you said yes, but it honestly, too, is such a cool thing to be able to work with your sister. You guys are super close, but then I feel like there's just an extra added bond to be able to go through these types of situations that other sisters don't get to do together. I mean, my sister and I have never been slimed together, so hopefully one day I'll get her to come. So like I mentioned before, you have been a part of the Nickelodeon family for a while now. This isn't your first Nickelodeon rodeo. It's been a couple of years. There's still so much to come. I'm curious, growing up, do you have a favorite Nickelodeon show that you loved as much as so many of us love the shows that you guys are producing now?
100%. Me and Haley still binge watch Victorious every day. We started it over pretty recently, so we're only in like season 1 right now. But it's such a good show, and I always like aspire to be like I find like acting. I watch them act, and I'm like, oh my God, like now my show just as good as theirs.
So that was such a star-studded cast, Victorious. I mean, when you just Victoria Justice just hosted Kids Choice Award celebration last month. She's still doing it. She's still doing her thing.
I was like, oh my God, she said my name.
Wait, was that like a crazy, crazy, exciting full circle moment for you?
I think like in my mind I was like, oh my God, like that's pretty cool that like she just said my name. Like she at least knows my name. She said it once. Maybe she doesn't remember it, but at least she said it.
She definitely knows. She knows who you are. Don't worry. So you love Victorious. That's super cool to hear. A second ago, I brought up the fact, you know, obviously we're so excited to see group chat. It's coming out this weekend. Like we have it to look forward to right here. It's right around the corner. but we still kind of have side hustle on the back of our brains. I know you guys had to put a pause on that because of everything that's going on in the world, but can you just give us a little teaser, something to hold on to for now? How would you describe your character, Lex, in 3 words?
Oh, this is actually a good question. I'm excited. She is very, very caring.
Ooh.
Ooh, she rule follower, so it's like not really like a good word, but like she does like planning, like organized. She likes being organized. And she yes, just like they both love adventures and getting into things with each other.
Ooh, I love that. Okay, it was so much fun to chat with you. Like I said, I'm so excited to see the show this weekend. I'm going to go ahead and say goodbye so I can pull up Jayden and talk to her for a little bit. But thanks for hopping on. Everybody, make sure you guys go watch Group Chat this weekend if you want to see more of Annie.
I think
Bye, Annie. Okay, guys. Annie LeBlanc, we had to say goodbye. We love her, but we are going to go ahead and try to pull up Jayden now and chat with her for a little bit. Okay, here she is. Let's see if it works. Fingers crossed. Like I said, sometimes you just never know. It's pulling her up now.
Hello.
Jayden! Hi, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I love this look. It reminds me so much of the Galaxy, which always reminds me of you because of your music, obviously. So I just caught up with Annie about all things group chat. I want to talk to you about it as well. Obviously, I wish that we could all chat at the same time, but you guys aren't together because we're all social distancing, which is a good thing, obviously, which is really cool because that actually seems to be what kind of inspired this series. Would you say so?
Yes, definitely. This series was definitely something to do during quarantine, and I think it's also a way to connect with people during quarantine because it's like kind of the only way we have is like over social media or over the phone is how we can connect with people. So I think it's super cool that we can make a show from our own home and still connect with people.
Yeah. I asked Annie the same question, but what is it like to actually film from your own home? I mean, usually those are such separate worlds. You have these huge sound stages that you're filming in when it comes to, you know, these big productions, and then you have your home that you go back to at night. But now the worlds have kind of combined. What is that like?
Yeah, so it's definitely not new for me because I film all of my YouTube videos at home. So it's kind of like it's just a little bit more produced. Like I have a huge camera right in front of me and like lights and like sound system. Like it's like more than I would usually have. But being in front of a camera in my home isn't anything new. It's just a little different because of how much preparation we had to do and how much setting up. And like we had to fix our Wi-Fi. Like it's a lot of like technical stuff. But it's really cool to do it from the comfort of my own home. And I can just wear sweatpants and a nice top. Like, I don't even have to get fully dressed up.
Ooh, that's a good behind the scenes note. So are you usually wearing sweatpants when you film?
Okay, so for the first rehearsal and first shooting the episode, I wore jeans just in case. But now I know that they're not going to see our pants. So I'm definitely going to be in sweatpants for upcoming episodes.
Girl, I'd be right there with you. Comfort is key. If you don't have that, you've got nothing. So I think hosting a show like this is really cool because it gives you an opportunity to show off so many of your different talents. I mean, obviously you're an actress, you're a dancer, some might call you an influencer. You're also a singer-songwriter. Like I so identify you with your music. Can you see yourself kind of incorporating some of those musical aspects into a show like this at some point? If not this season, maybe at another time?
Yeah, so definitely with this show, it incorporates everything because of the challenges and the games we have to do. Like some of it, you have to make up a song, or some of it, you have to make up a silly dance. So it always is going to incorporate those talents. But I think upcoming, maybe with other projects, it would incorporate it maybe a little more seriously. Like this is very fun and like joking around, but hopefully maybe even with Side Hustle, it could incorporate like dancing or singing seriously for like a scene or like as like one of my character's personality traits is like she's a dancer or something. Hopefully that will happen.
Yeah, I love that. I feel like that's a really good idea, and I see that for you. I think it will happen. So you bring up the challenges and games that you guys are going to play on Group Chat the show, which is really exciting. Are you guys competitive when it comes to you and Annie? I know that you guys are such good friends. Do you kind of get competitive when it comes to these kind of things?
I don't really think we get seriously competitive with like when we're filming. We're very competitive because we want to win, but we'd never like get mad at each other for like another one winning. Like, I don't think that I could never see that happening. But I know for me, I'm just a very competitive person in general. Like, it doesn't matter what it is, I want to win. But Annie's more like chill, like laid back. Like, if she wins, she wins. She usually ends up winning anyways. But like, we'd never like butt heads because of a competition.
It's so funny that you say she usually wins anyways. I love that. I'm sure there are times where you win too.
No, yeah, it's pretty 50-50, but like, she has
Okay.
really good luck with competitions.
So Annie and I talked a little bit about how you guys really complement each other so well. I said to her that I really think Jayden is the yin to your yang, like, and it goes back and forth. I just feel like you guys are such a good pairing, such a good duo. What, and I asked her the same thing, but like, what makes that partnership so special to you? What is it like working with your best friend on these projects?
Yeah, so it's definitely a blessing. I definitely wouldn't want to do it with anyone else, just because one, we've known each other for so long that we know how each other works, and it's like we don't have to get to know each other when we go to set. We already do. Two, we're always there for each other, so sometimes being on set is like really stressful because of the long days or whatever the circumstance may be, and like we always are there for each other, and I know that I can always rely on her and she can rely on me, so it's really good to have someone that you can like rely on set. And then three, like, we just like work well together. Like, I don't know why, but like, you know, when you just meet someone and you're like, yeah, it's just like a match. Like, that's how we are. And like, we never disagree. Like, it's just it's a perfect like puzzle pieces together.
Yeah, I definitely see that. And I feel like we'll get to see even more of your relationship once the show comes out. I mean, it is such a cool thing because your fans and your followers and your supporters have seen you guys interact for years on social media and on a lot of these really cool Nick projects. Like I said, Camp Nick and just hosting the orange carpet last year and hopefully Side Hustle sometime soon. But now I feel like this is a really cool peek behind the curtain. We get to see you guys in your own homes hosting this show. I'm excited. I asked her who her dream guest star would be to have on the show. You've had some time to think about it. Hit me with yours, girl.
I mean, I don't know if I have like one dream guest star. There's a couple people, but David Dobrik is always someone that I love to interview. Annie and I interviewed him once on an orange carpet, but I'd love to. It was very, very brief and quick. But I'd love to like do it again, just because he's so easy to interview and he's so funny, and I just feel like he would nail it.
I totally agree. And he's a part of the Nick family too. I mean, he was on America's Most Talented Families, right? Yeah. Is that what
Yes,
it's called? So I think that that's in the realm of possibilities. Hopefully we can make that happen. Or hopefully you can make that happen and I'll watch. I asked her this as well, but you guys are such a big part of the Nick family. I could list all of these, shows that you guys have been a part of just in the past year alone. Growing up, what was your favorite Nickelodeon show? She said Victorious. I'm a huge fan of that as well, but I want to hear from you.
Yeah, so Victorious was obviously one of my favorites, just because of like the singing in it, and I'd always loved singing at a young age. But I just remember so vividly being in this house in like my kitchen that's over there, watching SpongeBob every single morning while eating breakfast on this like mini TV, and I was just obsessed with it. And I know it's like a classic answer, but like I literally just was obsessed with SpongeBob. I loved it, and I thought it was amazing at a very young age, and I still do.
No, it's a classic, and I think that it's made so well because it's for kids, but parents love it, teens love it. Like, you can never grow out of SpongeBob. I think it's just like iconic, and forever it will be there.
Definitely.
Okay, so I know that you probably have to run because, you and Annie are the busiest girls that I think I've ever met in my whole life. But before you go, I want to leave everyone with a little teaser for Side Hustle, which, like I said, super excited about group chat. We've talked about it for a couple of minutes now. Can you describe your character, Presley, in 3 words?
Oh God, this is really challenging in just 3 words. Presley's a mess. Presley, in like the best way. Like, she's just so energetic and so ready that it's like she gets into a mess sometimes, which is basically what the whole show is about. She's adventurous. That's the main thing.
Okay.
She is impulsive. That's a very big thing. Presley's very impulsive, and then Lex is kind of the one that's like, okay, like, let's actually like think about what this will get us into, because I just want to like do everything, and she's like no, let's take a deep breath and like think about this.
Yeah.
And then 3, so adventurous, impulsive, and I'd also say, I'm gonna say like energetic, just because I feel like she'd never be the one that's like, no, I don't want to do that, or I'm too tired. Like she'd always be like, yeah, I'm ready, let's do it. And
She's not boring.
Yeah, no, definitely. And I think that Presley and Lex just make a great pair.
Ooh, okay. Well, I'm excited to see that, but more importantly, I'm so excited for Group Chat, the show. Tiger Beat fam, make sure you guys tune into Nickelodeon this Saturday, March 23rd at 8:30 p.m. to watch. Jayden, thank you so much for hanging out with us. We're so excited to see the new show. You and Annie always blow us away just by how much fun you are and how much fun you are to watch. So I'm excited.
Thank you so much.
All right, have a great rest of your day. Bye.
You too. Bye-bye.